Welcome to session 6. In this session, we were discussing with the module 4 called digital voltmeter. In this module, continue with this digital voltmeters topic. The next chapter we are having in the same module, we are having the topics called bridges. In this bridges, we need to discuss about the measurement of how to measure the unknown resistance, that a lower resistance, very less amount of resistance, that is smaller resistance can be measured. And the next topic is the Wheatstone bridge, a kind of bridge for the measurement of resistance. Okay, let us start the session. We are going to discuss about the bridges in the session. Coming to the bridges and about the introduction part, a bridge circuit consists of some network of 4 resistance arms forming a closed circuit. In order to form a closed circuit, it will be having 4 resistance arms. It is called as a closed network. And here the source of current is applied to 2 opposite junctions, and for the remaining 2 other opposite junctions, we have to connect the current detector. And here the accuracy is depending on the bridge components. We are going to use a components in this bridge, so accuracy is completely depend on how accurate the components we use in our bridge circuit. And finally, these bridge circuits are extensively used for the measurement of components like resistance, inductance and the capacitance. And coming to the advantages of bridge circuit, here the balance equation is independent of the magnitude of the input voltage of its source impedance. These quantities do not appear in the balance equation expression. That is one main advantage. So it's independent of magnitude while balancing the bridge. And then the measurement accuracy is high as the measurement is done by comparing the unknown value with the standard value. Here we'll get a more accuracy. Why? Because we're going to compare the unknown with one known standard value. So this is one advantage. And one more is the accuracy is independent of the characteristics of a null detector and it is dependent on the component values. Here completely the accuracy is dependent on only the components which are available in the other arm and it's not dependent on the null detector. And the next advantage is the balance equation is independent of the sensitivity of the null detector, the impedance of the detector or any impedance shunting the detector. And finally, the balance conditions remains unchanged even if the source and detectors are interchanged. Even if we change the place of the source as well as the detector in the bridge circuit, it doesn't alter the balance condition. These are the important advantages of using a bridge circuit. Okay, let us start explaining about the bridge circuit. And before discussing about the different types of bridges for the measurement of the unknown quantities like resistance, capacitance and the inductance, first we will discuss about how the classification has been done in this bridges. So here the classification of bridges are depending on the source of excitation, depending on what kind of source we are providing to the bridges. Based on this, we have classified into DC bridge as well as a AC bridge. So there are 2 classifications, DC bridge and AC bridge. In case of a DC bridge, the source of excitation is DC, and in case of a AC bridge, the source of excitation is a AC. And in case of a DC bridge, once again there are 2 classifications, Wheatstone bridge and the Kelvin bridge. In our syllabus, we need to discuss about the Wheatstone bridge. Similarly, under AC bridge, we are having an inductance comparison bridge, capacitance comparison bridge, frequency. For the measurement of frequency, we are having a separate bridge called as a Wien bridge. So Wien bridge is to measure the unknown frequency, and we are having an options of measuring the inductance by using a Maxwell's bridge and the Hay bridge. These are the brief classification about the bridges. Broadly 2, one is AC as well as the DC. Let us start with the DC bridge. Okay. In this DC bridge, we are having a Wheatstone bridge. The slide is having the information or the figure of a Wheatstone bridge. So this bridge is a network, closed loop network. This bridge is having 4 resistive arms. It's a purely resistive arm, and this Wheatstone bridge is for the measurement of low resistance. R1, R2, R3, R4 are the foam arms which are connected, and here the R1 and R2 are connected to junction A, and R3 and R4 are connected to the opposite junction B. So we are forming a 4 junctions A, B, C, D. Out of these 4 junctions, 2 opposite junctions are provided with the source of excitation, that is A and B is connected with the source. This E is the source to the A and junction B. A, B are the 2 opposite junctions. And for the remaining 2 opposite junctions like C and D, we have connected the galvanometer. And due to the source of excitation, the current I1 is flows through the R1 and I2 is flows through the second arm, that is through R2, and I3 is the current flows through the third arm, that is across resistance R3, and I4 is the current which is flowing through the fourth arm. So these are the 4 resistive arms forming a network in the form of a bridge. While balancing the bridge, we can measure any of this unknown arm, either R1, R2, R3, R4. And here, in order to balance the bridge, the condition is 2 must be the ratio arms, that is here R1 and R2 acts as a ratio arms, and R3 acts as a standard arm, and R4 acts as an unknown arm. R4 acts as an unknown, that is Rx. It can be replaced with Rx. Now, by balancing the bridge or by maintaining the same potential difference between this adjacent arms, we have to maintain a same potential. The voltage flow these adjacent arms must be same. Then only the bridge will enter into the balanced condition. So, by maintaining the same potential difference at the adjacent arms and as well as the opposite junctions, we can balance the bridge. And here the condition is 2 ratio arms, and one is the known standard value, and one more will be the unknown arm. And this unknown arm can be compared with the known standard value. This is about the something working about the construction about the Wheatstone bridge. And this Wheatstone bridge is an accurate method available for the measuring resistance. And here the sensitive current indicating meter, that is nothing but the galvanometer, is connected to the points C and D. And this galvanometer is a microammeter. When there is no current flow, the galvanometer pointer rests to 0. The current in one direction causes the pointer to deflect on one side, and current in the opposite direction causes the deflect at opposite side. When the switch S1 is closed, the current flow divides at a point A, that is I1 and I2. Between I1 and I2, the current flow will going to divide. So the bridge is balanced by a galvanometer when there is no current. So while balancing the bridge, so the voltage at A and C junction must be equal to the voltage at A and D junction. So these are the junctions A, B, C and D. So here the voltage at V and C must be equal to the voltage in A and D. That is nothing but we are analyzing the adjacent arms, and this V can be represented in terms of I into R. I1 into R1 is equal to I2 into R2. So both the arms are at same potential difference. So if the galvanometer current to be 0 under this following conditions. The first condition is I1 must be equal to I3, that is opposite arms, and I2 must be equal to I4. So by equating this equation, I divided by R1 plus R3 and E divided by R2 plus R3. By substituting this value in the main equation, that is I1 R1 is equal to I2 into R2, finally by equating this equations you will get the unknown resistance, that is R4, by balancing the bridge. This is the bridge balanced equation, and by balancing the bridge we can obtain the unknown resistance, that is R4 is equal to R2 divided R2 into R3 divided by R1, where R2 by R1 are the ratio arms and R3 is the known standard value and R4 is the unknown resistance. So in order to balance the bridge, practically at least one resistance made adjustable for balancing. The one resistor must be adjustable. That's why R2 is adjusted and bridge is balanced. So the unknown resistance R4 can be determined. It is also denoted with Rx. It is equal to R2 into R3 divided by R1, where R1 and R3 are the known standard resistance. And coming to the one important definition is called sensitivity. When the bridge is under balanced condition, the current flows through the galvanometer causing the deflection of its pointer. The amount of deflection is a function of sensitivity of the galvanometer. That's why the sensitivity is defined as a deflection per unit current. So S is denoted with deflection by unit current. So D by I, where D denotes the deflection and I denotes the current. And there is one small example of a problem related to this Wheatstone bridge. This Wheatstone bridge consists of the following parameters. They have provided the R1, R2 and R3 value in order to find out the unknown resistance Rx, and we know this is the standard equation to measure the unknown resistance Rx. It's equal to R2 R3 divided by R1. By substituting directly the values of R2, R3 and R13 resistance, we can find the value of the unknown resistance. This is up to 6th session. Thank you.